Hi Libra. I've already pre-shuffled. So yeah, so let's see the messages and energies we've got for Libra. Okay, so at the moment Libra, yeah, I feel this is for those that are single. Okay. Or it could be for those that are in relationships, that, you know, even if you are in a committed relationship, it looks like somebody, there's still exes hanging around, there's still codependencies going on, addictions, third parties. I feel that somebody can't see a good thing when they see it, you know, they don't appreciate quality, they just want to settle for something that's easy and convenient. Also, for those that are single, I feel that if you're waiting for someone to communicate with you, it could be a past person energy that wants to reconcile with you, wants to come back together with you, make some sort of offer, make some sort of proposal to you, you know, some sort of commitment. Maybe they were immature back then. Somebody could have been in denial, running away from their feelings. Okay, they're not really acknowledging their feelings at the moment. They're not being open and honest. They're not being open and honest with you. Okay. I feel that some Librans, if you are waiting for someone, I feel that you are just going to give up on a connection. If it's a soulmate connection, could be a divine masculine, divine feminine. I don't think that you're going to wait for this person forever. Okay? Because you feel that you deserve more and you deserve better. Okay? They can't seem to kick the habit. You know, exes, third parties, addictions. And you just want someone who communicates and that's honest and that appreciates you and respects you, you know. I mean, this person, some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. I feel that they're very in their own headspace at the moment. They're too wrapped up in themselves. Okay, it's like they want to have their cake and eat it. They can't see a good thing. They don't know a good thing, you know, when they see it. They would just rather settle and just, you know, it could be just a sex thing, you know. I mean, some of these energies that I'm seeing, it's like, it's like they can't be bothered, you know. I don't know, Libra. I mean, you are an air sign. You strive for balance and harmony and peace. Okay? You would like somebody who puts the work in, who is 100% single and not involved with anybody else. It seems to, I can feel it, some Librans, they feel really annoyed that whoever they're involved with, you know, if you're dealing with a Pisces, if you're dealing with any zodiac sign, I feel that some Librans are getting frustrated. Okay, the whole situation is getting stupid. Okay, and I think that some Librans, they're just going to move on because they deserve better. Okay, because this person or these people, it just makes no sense. I feel that you've known this person for a while, Libra. Because it's past person energy. It could have taken them a long time, you know, to realise that it's always been you. But like I said, they could have been chasing excitement. They're not coming forward, and I feel that it's just gonna, they're just teaching you to live without, you know, just move on. Yeah. Because they might not change their ways. I can see there's strong feelings here. You know, they want to make some sort of offer to you. I mean, you could come back in contact and then they could just do their stuff again, you know, their old ways. I don't think you trust them either, Libra, because they've done this to you before. I don't think some of you, it wasn't a relationship, it was a friendship. But like I said, somebody walked away. You know, somebody didn't give you a chance. They just walked away. They were in denial about their feelings, and they just cut you off. And then they went with these people that are very toxic, and then they regretted it, and then they're full of guilt. Sorry about that. Live on the most noisiest street. Yeah, so they go for toxic people, then they regret it. Okay? Then they could try and get back in contact with you. But then they're not open and honest, and they don't express themselves. I mean, some Librans, yeah, I feel that they just move on, because this person has just got too much baggage with him, he or she. I pick up energies, I don't, you know, they've just got so much baggage around them, you know. Third parties, codependencies, exes hanging around. Will they ever be like 100% single? How long are they going to keep, you know, running away and being in denial over their feelings for you, Libra? You know? It's like you've always liked someone, but you just keep running away. You just keep being in denial and going with someone where it just means nothing. It's just pointless. I'm just going to settle, and, you know, it's just convenient. It's just easy sex, you know. That's what I feel here. They're just in denial. They love you. They want to come back together with you. They want to be with you. They want to make some sort of offer to you. They want, but there's no doing, there's no action. Yeah? No one's situating it. No one's taking control of the situations. No one's taking any action. You can see that they want to. Yeah? Yeah? I mean, I've said this a lot for Libra. If you wanted to get away from someone truly 100%, you would, wouldn't you? Eh? Block them on social media, block them out of your life. You know? They're not God, you know, they can't play God with someone's happiness. So, if it is a divine masculine and they feel trapped by someone, they keep getting drawn back, manipulated with sex or what have you, they shouldn't let someone have that power over them, you know? They should stand their ground. Just block them out of their life, and come and get the person that has their heart, that loves them. You know your worth, okay? You need to find somebody who's worthy of your heart, who's deserving of your heart, who deserves you, who appreciates you. Yeah? Not somebody that just messes around, you know, messes with your head, inconsistency, you know, backwards and forwards, in and out of your life. They've just got too much baggage, okay? And like I said, they're just teaching you to live without them, okay? If they want to stay, it looks like it's a it's just denial, just a silly denial going on. I'm picking up immature as well. I can feel that some of these energies aren't coming forward. They're very immature, you know. Everything's a joke to them, nothing's serious. Yeah, I think you deserve better, Libra. Some of you could have already come into a union already, you know. Come back together with someone, a reconciliation, you know. Because somebody's put the work in and made an effort, you know, to communicate and put things right and have, you know, peaceful resolution. Bring balance to the situation, you know, which makes sense. Because you are Libra, the scales of justice, yeah? You like things to be balanced, you like things to be fair, yeah? You want justice to be done. You don't want injustice all the time, yeah? You don't want someone that's got third parties or exes hanging around them or past baggage, you know, it's too much. Oh, Libra. Some of you, on a positive note, some of you could be getting engaged as well, yeah? Somebody could be making a proposal. I'm just being honest, Libra. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just being honest. The energies that I feel here, like I said, all I'm picking up is someone who's very, very immature. Everything is a joke to them. They can't be bothered to communicate. They would rather just settle for the sake of it. It's convenient, easy sex. That's it. That's it. They just can't be bothered to communicate. You know, it's like they're never going to be open and honest about their real feelings towards you. They're just in denial. It's pointless, it's meaningless, it doesn't mean anything to them, whoever they're with, whoever they're involved with, karmic, third party, okay? They can't seem to clear it, release it, okay? It's like an addiction. Maybe there could be it could be addictions to sex, it could be alcohol, it could be substance. They're very set in their ways, you know, they're not. I don't trust it, Libra. It's very much up to you, you know, you'll follow your heart, you'll use your intuition, okay? But like I said, this person, they just won't express how they feel. They're just in denial here. A lot of denial. You know, a lot of immaturity here. Also, they do seem a little bit, they seem a bit full of themselves, you know? A bit overconfident, a bit arrogant. It's like they want to have their cake and eat it sort of thing, you know? They're horrible to you and they block you and run away and whatever. And then they get with someone and then they regret it and then they miss you. Do you see what I mean? That all they do is mess with your head. If they genuinely wanted to be with you, you know, they would come forward. I completely understand if they are genuinely being manipulated, or if they're doing a self-growth journey, or they're having a transformation, you know, changes. But all I can feel is somebody who's very mature and selfish here, and all they want to do is just have a bit on the side, come back to you, mess with your head, you know? Wait and see, Libra. They might clear all this baggage and then come back together with you, for those that are, you know, hoping to come into union with someone. Definitely past person energy. But like I said, at the moment, they're not acknowledging, they're still in denial, there's still third parties going on, convenience. It's just... There's definitely marriage proposals, I can see. Could be somebody getting engaged. Could be a soulmate union here. Because usually when you come back together with someone, that means it's because it's meant to be. You know, the universe brings you back together with someone because it's meant to be, you know, it's destined. Because you're meant to be with that person. That's why you've come back together, for a reason, you know. The sole purpose of it all, you know. But like I say, just follow your heart, Libra, okay? Listen to your intuition. What does your heart tell you? What does your subconscious tell you, okay? Also, Librans, they're very down to earth. They're very kind and loving and, you know, but they do know their worth, okay? So they won't just settle for anything. They know their worth, okay? They want someone who's deserving of them, okay? Some of you could have been recently engaged as well, already. Could have been recently. Yeah, there's definitely... Some of you could be dealing with a water sign because of the fishes. Could be an air sign as well. Fellow air sign. It's like somebody, it's like these energies, they want this and that, but they're not taking any action. They're not doing anything about it. Like I said, they just want their cake and eat it sort of thing, you know. Convenience, they're just settling. But like I said, Libra, you're not going to wait around forever. So I think everybody just needs to, like I said, just listen to their heart, listen to their intuition, okay? Help make sense of things more, and then it will help them have a wake-up call, you know? How long do they want to be in denial? How long do they want to run from their feelings? Because when you eventually move on, you know, then they're going to be devastated because, you know, they didn't come forward. You can't expect someone not to move on, eh? Yeah. They could be already fearful as well that you have competition, they have competition, you know, you're involved with someone else is going to steal your heart, you know. Maybe they don't know how to approach you or the situation, or the fact is that they've got too much baggage that they can't seem to clear. Maybe they're so used to settling, you know, out of convenience for their needs, if you know what I mean. Also, I'm picking up reminiscent as well. Somebody, nostalgia, very nostalgia, you know, missing people, old happy memories, going back to their roots sort of thing, you know. I feel that, like I said, Libra, you want somebody who is 100% single and that isn't involved with anyone and there's nobody else hanging around, you know, exes, third parties, somebody that, you know that saying, I'm single, you're single, I like you, you like me, you know. Why can't things just be simple? You know, Librans like simplicity, you know. They don't want stress, they don't want anxiety, they don't want somebody that's got so much baggage and there's always somebody else hanging around them, and you know, that's not what Librans want. They want harmony, peace, balance, justice, yeah. All I can say is, Libra, is to follow your heart. If this is the case, okay, just follow your heart. Listen to your intuition and follow your heart, okay? Alright, Libra?